Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests. Welcome to this afternoon's Convocation ceremony as we celebrate our graduates of the degree, applied degree, diploma, and certificate programs in the Faculty of Health and Community Studies. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the very talented group of individuals sitting behind me who, under the direction of Raymond Marie, comprise of the MacEwan University Big Band. Let's give a big round of applause. We will commence our program in just a few moments, and in preparation, I have the privilege of doing a few housekeeping items, as I guess we would refer to them as. I would like to remind you that the Winspear Center is an acoustically responsive hall. Therefore, we'd ask that if you are carrying electronic devices, please take a moment now to turn those off and leave them off for the duration of this afternoon's ceremony. If you are traveling with small children and your little ones become restless during the ceremony today, we just want to let you know there are monitors out in the foyer areas, both on the main floor and the upper floors as well, where you can continue to watch the unfolding of the ceremony and attend to your little ones. I say, as a father of 6 and 3-year-old girls, I can always appreciate that sometimes their agenda does not always follow their mother's and mine. We have arranged for a professional photographer to take photos of graduates receiving their parchments. Information on how the graduates will be able to receive those photos will be provided to them at a later date. When you pass through the foyers today, I'm sure that you noticed that there are a number of MacEwan University backdrops, and certainly we encourage you to make use of those to take photos of your graduates at the conclusion of today's ceremony. If you would like to take photographs of your graduate walking across the stage today, you are certainly welcome to do so. We just ask that you congregate here on the right side of the stage, your right side, my left side, where they'll be receiving their parchments, and you'll be able to take their photos with our president. We ask that you help us in clearing the area promptly afterwards, because it does get kind of congested as people are moving in and out of the area. There will be ushers there to assist if necessary. In recognition of the first graduating class of the Bachelor of Music in Jazz and Contemporary Popular Music in 2015, there were 2 musical pieces that were composed, each by a student graduating that year, as a gift to the university that would be performed at every convocation ceremony thereafter. The first piece, which will be performed in just a moment, is a vocal ballad by Andrew Reed called Memories. The second, Nothing Can Stop Us Now, an instrumental piece composed by Sean Bessie, will be performed during the recessional. Additional information on these legacy music compositions can be found on page 9 of the Convocation program, should you wish to read more about them or to follow along with the words of the vocal ballad. Today is indeed a wonderful and celebratory event as we recognize our graduates for their individual and collective achievements at MacEwan University. I invite you to sit back and enjoy this celebration with our graduates. And just before we start, ladies and gentlemen, the MacEwan University Big Band and Memories. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's give it up for the MacEwan University Big Band. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, if you are able, I'd ask that you please rise. At this time, I am pleased to introduce this afternoon's Mace bearer, Miss Sandra Alton, Assistant Professor of Social Work in the Faculty of Health and Community Studies. Ms. Alton is carrying the university's Mace, which was donated to the university in 1997 by its namesake, Dr. Grant MacEwan, and became the official Mace in 2008. It is especially meaningful to the university as it was hand-carved by Dr. MacEwan. Further information on the Mace and other convocation traditions can be found in your convocation program. Please remain standing now for the academic processional.
graduands, distinguished guests, members of the stage party, faculty, staff, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Mike Sekulich, University Registrar and Marshal of Convocation. MacEwan University respectfully acknowledges that the land on which we gather in Treaty 6 territory is the traditional gathering place for many Indigenous people. We honor and respect the history, languages, ceremonies, and culture of the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit who call this territory home. The First Peoples' connection to the land teaches us about our inherent responsibility to protect and respect Mother Earth. Please remain standing and in respect, remove all hats except mortarboards for the singing of our national anthem led by Ms. Katie Anderson. Thank you, Ms. Anderson. Please be seated. I declare MacEwan University Convocation open. It is intended to honor our 2017 graduates, and we are honored to have you with us here on this occasion. The word convocation comes from the Latin word convoco, which means to call together by summons. It is traditionally used in connection with an ecclesiastical or academic gathering. Convocations are called for the conferring of degrees, diplomas, certificates, for special announcements, and for the recognition of outstanding achievements. So it is today that we call together colleagues and friends to honor MacEwan University's graduates and award recipients for Spring 2017 Convocation. Now, I'd like to call upon the student member of our Board of Governors, Stephanie Nedesheko, to read the MacEwan University invocation.
Through learning, we flourish and help others to flourish. We stand here today on the brink of important change for ourselves and for the world. Inspired by the past, we now step forward to transform the future. Engaging with others, we cherish the diversity of experience within our communities and ourselves. Through perseverance, we excel. Through compassion, we connect. Through creativity, we thrive. Through knowledge, we grow. Through all this and more, let us forge a legacy to nurture, to inspire, to endure. Moved by the Spirit, strong in our knowledge, We move out into the world with open arms, open mind, and open heart. We pledge to leave the world better than we found it.
Thank you, Stephanie. I will now introduce members of the stage party. Members of the stage party, I would ask that you please remain standing until you have been introduced. Audience, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced, after which we will acknowledge the stage party. I would like to start with Board of Governors Chair Ione Challborn, President Dr. David Atkinson, Provost and Vice President Academic Dr. John Corlett, and Academic Governance Council Vice Chair Dr. Lynn Honey. Would members of our Board of Governors, Vice Presidents, and Associate Vice Presidents please rise? And now I'll ask our Deans and Associate Deans and members of the university's administration to rise. Now I'll ask the members of each of our associations, faculty, staff, student, and alumni, please rise. Mace bearer Sandra Alton, distinguished speaker Peter Dent, please stand and be recognized. Will our distinguished proctor, Margaret Mikashiko, assistant professor in the Faculty of Health and Community Studies, along with all faculty and staff of the university, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your stage party. This is your university. Please join me now in acknowledging them with a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to now call upon Board Chair Ione Challborn to bring greetings on behalf of the MacEwan University Board of Governors.
Good afternoon, everyone. Board colleagues, President Atkinson, special guests, members of the stage party, staff, faculty, graduates, family, and friends. I'm thrilled to be here this moment, this very proud moment with you, and to be among the first to congratulate you on your graduation and for all the hard work that has led up to it. Being here today makes me think back to my own convocation and how I could never have pictured at that time where my life would take me. I certainly had no idea at all that I'd end up on the board of directors of a university, or that I would be the executive director of one of Edmonton's leading mental health organizations, the Canadian Mental Health Association of Edmonton. I'm so very proud to be with both of these institutions. When I sat where you're sitting now, my goals had absolutely nothing to do with post-secondary administration, with mental health advocacy, or with any of the other social justice issues that drive me today. When I was a girl growing up, and I was asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, some kids know exactly what they want to be, or they think they do. I just knew I was going to university. I didn't know what that meant. I had no idea. People would say, "What are you doing?" I would say, "I'm going to university." And so when I got to university, when it was that time, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to approach. But my big plan at the time, and it was a noble plan, was to become a math teacher. And I did that. My first several years in my career were spent teaching secondary math, both in Canada and internationally. And I will forever be convinced of the transformational power of education. But a lot has happened to me between then and now. I've met many people who have changed my outlook on life. I've had experiences that have brought into focus what was important to me, and I said yes to opportunities that I could not have imagined would have ever entered my life. when I crossed the stage to receive that degree. The leap from a high school teacher to a mental health advocate might seem like a big one, but it did come incrementally over time. Looking back, I can retrace the steps I took to get here. I see the thread that has connected one event, one opportunity, one decision, one career choice to the next. Of course, at that time, I did not see the thread. I didn't always know what was going to happen to me when I chose to take a different course than the one that I had decided upon earlier, and to try something different and something new. That's because in life, as clearly as you can see what's behind you, you can't see very far ahead of you. And what looks like a very logical step in hindsight appeared to be a leap of faith at the time. And I'm glad I chose to take those steps. Had I been afraid to veer from my plan, I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be doing the work that I am most passionate about. So don't be afraid to take unexpected opportunities. Don't worry or fret if you realize that your dream job isn't such a dream for you after all. Always write your game plan in pencil, because it probably will change over the course of your life, and that is okay. In fact, that is what will make your life. Try new things, take unexpected twists and turns, challenge yourself, follow your passions, because you will, I'm sure, be very pleasantly surprised where you end up. Be courageous, be adventurous. Don't be afraid to take those leaps of faith, even if you cannot see where you are going, because there will be a net there, I am sure, when you land. And if there's not a net, there will likely be a very high tightrope, and you'll get to the other side, and it will be okay, and you'll find that net when you get there. Someday those leaps of faith will look like logical steps in creating the life that you were meant to live, and you'll be so grateful that you took them. You know, with this class graduating today, I feel a special connection to this group of students. My daughter was an alumna of the first daycare at MacEwan downtown campus. And today she can talk about the difference that having an educated and professional staff has made to her in being able to understand her place in the world and be able to be a critical thinker. And in my own work at CMHA, we welcome many students from these disciplines into our workplace to work with our clients, and I know my colleagues in the human service sector does the same. We count on you to deliver the kind of, it's not just the service, it's the values that you have taken from MacEwan when you go to work in the community. And I just want to thank you very much for your chosen careers and for all that you give to all of us in the city of Edmonton, broader, for making our world a caring place. So, class of 2017, I want to congratulate you very much on all that you've accomplished, and to thank the families and your network of friends who've supported you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Board Chair Challborn. And now, I'd like to ask President Atkinson to address Convocation.
Madam Board Chair, members of the Board of Governors, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and today especially our graduates. Welcome everyone to Convocation for 2017. This is our most important day, and it is more than anything else your day. And we really only ask one thing of you, and that is that you enjoy it and remember it. First, though, let me be among the first to congratulate all of you, and we extend to every one of you our best wishes as you move forward to your life after graduation. Today is a propitious day in several ways. Today, of course, we celebrate Aboriginal Awareness Day. Important for our institution and certainly for our country, because not only are we celebrating the rich traditions of our Indigenous peoples, we are also looking to its particular significance in our sometimes troubled world. As well, it's also the first day of summer. The sun is out, the rain is not falling, and the wind has dropped. It's a great day. And being the longest day of the year, in some ways, it's a rich metaphor for all that lies ahead of you, for all those sunny summer days that we know are coming your way. Now, we have no idea how our lives may turn out. What we know is that they are the cumulative result of all our experiences. And in this, we accept that education is a transformative part of our lives. Convocation, then, is not really just a ceremony. It is a reaffirmation of everything that you have achieved to this moment and an expression of all of the promise that is to come. Because you see, universities are really about their students. Your success is our success as a university. And when you leave us, it is what you achieve in the future, which is part of the continuing legacy of the education you received here. Your achievements are a testament to the university, and now as an alumni, it is an institution that is truly yours. You are an important part of the continuing history of MacEwan, and for this, we owe you our deep gratitude. But what we celebrate today is so much more on many fronts. Those of us who have enjoyed and benefited from the opportunity to pursue higher education are enormously privileged. Yes, we know there has been sacrifice, financial and otherwise, but you need always to remember how fortunate you have been to benefit from opportunities your university has provided and how what you have learned here will benefit you in the future. Now, at this convocation ceremony, we recognize the graduates, the Faculty of Health and Community Studies. The disciplines that you represent are those to whom we all look in times of great need, for safety, for well-being, for support. This is a noble undertaking for which we congratulate you. And your decision has, from the very beginning, been about the welfare of the other, about helping others to achieve something in their lives. And we wish you well in your mission because we know so much depends upon it. But convocation is other things too. First, it's an opportunity to thank all of those who supported you, parents, spouses, partners, brothers, sisters, friends, many of whom are with you today. These people have stood by you, they have supported you, and it is always important to remember that we do nothing alone, and they have a place in what you have achieved, and I'm sure they have a lot of pride. Universities, too, are about the people who make everything we do here possible. We must acknowledge the commitment and the talents of your faculty who work tirelessly to ensure the quality of your learning experience. This is a sacred trust. as one generation passes on what we know today so that you can build on it tomorrow. And the staff of MacEwan University, the people who make your lives here better in so many different ways, many of them actually are here today volunteering to make this convocation special for you. And we must then express our thanks to them too. And of course, you should look to your right and you should look to your left. And remember that your time here, someone down here is actually listening to me, which is more than I can say for you lot over here. Now, where was I? You should look to your right and your... Can you all do that? Look to the right. Thank you. Look to the left. Okay, we got that done. All right. Now, what are you supposed to remember from all of that? Well, remember that your time has been immeasurably enriched by the students with whom you have studied, with those who have become your good friends, and even with those whom you may have never met, but who have contributed to the quality of your experience here at MacEwan. Now, as much as Convocation is about celebrating your achievements, it is also an important reminder of what you have gained and what it really does mean in the future. Even as we all want a good life, a good job, a family, success in the future, it must be understood that part of that good life is the act of giving back. We must work, perhaps more than ever before, to assist in shaping a better world in the future. This is something you must always remember, and which is the most important part of what a good life actually means. Our namesake, Dr. J.W. Grant MacEwan, who as a person might be receding into history, but who continues to live on in his values and his words, asks the very simple question, but what of tomorrow? And in answering that, he gives a warning that success gives no reason for complacency. Dr. MacEwan reminds us of the fundamental mission of our university: to challenge convention, to pursue new possibilities, to celebrate the human capacity for understanding and creativity, to reaffirm the best of who we are, and to retain your passion for what is good and what is right. And I ask that you take this message with you because it shapes whatever you might be in the future. If one thinks of you, all of you out there today, and the cumulative impact that you will have on your city, on your community, and on your nation, I need not say why today is so important. In fact, you have never been more important. We live in a world that operates at light speed, what we are coming to call the fourth industrial generation, one that will be profoundly transformative and disruptive. Artificial intelligence, 3D printing, robotics, biotechnology. I'm still in the days of a manual typewriter. But these things will all be part of your world, and for this you must be ready. Know then that purposeful and continuous commitment to education is a given. If anything, you need to take that away from today. You are our tomorrows, and you do have a responsibility. Unfortunately, we live in a world too much consumed by blinkered thinking, by intolerance, a world where truth is there too often to be manipulated, and indeed in some cases ignored altogether. Our world has become too much one of exclusion at the expense of acceptance and mutual enrichment. The understanding that difference and tolerance for the other are what really enriches our lives. The understanding that it is the other who is important. You must be the antidote that encourages difference and respect. What the Chinese philosopher Confucius said 1,500 years ago continues to resonate today. Education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace. This is who we are, and this is what you must be. Learning and understanding sit at the root of all of our hopes for tomorrow. You need then to just lift your eyes, look to the future. There are endless possibilities. Don't get tied down by narrow thinking that shuts you off from the world. Always be reminded that nothing is impossible in a world where we are genuinely concerned about making it a better place. Remember the words of Nelson Mandela, there is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. But in saying this, we must remember, too, the oft-quoted words of William Wordsworth, that the best portion of a man's life are his little, nameless, unremembered acts of kindness and love. Whatever your future contributions are, big or small, I ask that you remember what Dr. McEwen would surely say if he was with us today. Just make the world a better place. Please don't forget this. But today, enjoy your celebration. Know that we are very proud of what you have achieved. Celebrate with those important to you. Reflect on what you have accomplished. Look always to what is ahead. You have every reason to believe there is a tremendous future out there for you. You only have one thing you need to do. You need to reach out and grasp it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Atkinson. I will now ask alumnus Jose Benito Torvello to introduce this ceremony's distinguished alumni.
Good afternoon. Alumni are a university's greatest legacy, and each year, McEwen recognizes the outstanding contribution and achievement of its graduates through the Distinguished Alumni Award. Established in 1986, this award represents the highest form of recognition our university bestows on an alumnus. With this in mind, it is my pleasure to introduce this year's recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award, Mr. Peter Dent. Mr. Peter Dent is a law enforcement graduate of 1984. He started his career in policing and after furthering his education, became a forensic accountant. He is a partner and the global leader of Deloitte's Center for Crisis Management in Toronto, where he focuses on conducting investigations and providing advice to organizations that enhances accountability, transparency, and governance. His work has taken him to over 35 countries between his time with the investigation unit at the World Bank and Deloitte's forensic accounting practice. In addition, Peter spent 3 years with the RCMP's commercial crime unit. Peter has also served as the chair of Transparency International Canada, a global anti-corruption-focused NGO. He lectures on the director's responsibility with respect to financial crime, risk in his role as a faculty member at the University of Toronto's Rotman School of Business. I'd now like to invite Peter to the stage to receive his award and provide his convocation message to this class of graduates. Congratulations, Peter.
Thank you, Jose. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to the graduating class, the board chair, President Atkinson, Dean McGinn, faculty, parents, and honored guests. It's my great pleasure and honor to be receiving the Distinguished Alumni Award from MacEwan University. It has been close to 35 years since I first walked through the doors of Grant MacEwan Community College, as the institution was known at the time. And when I look at many of the programs being offered today in this faculty, many of them are exactly the same. And this afternoon at our lunch, I met Sharon Hobson, who I have not seen in many, many years, but she was also here when I walked through the doors 35 years ago. She's older than I am. I just like to point that out. She is an institution herself. And I threatened that I was going to say that when I came up here this afternoon, and I've made good on my threat. Sharon, who knows me quite well from my years here, knows that I could be a bit of a troublemaker when I was here at Grant MacEwan. I mean, I came out of the law enforcement faculty. How many here are out of the police studies faculty today? You should clap. Give yourself a hand. So I don't know if you're as wild a bunch as we were back in the early 80s, but we were an incredibly wild bunch. And I could tell you some stories about Sharon, but that will come later. I also have another connection to MacEwan University. I met Dr. Gilliland in grade 7 at Hardesty Junior High School. And we've known each other ever since. And so I wish I could come here during that faculty's convocation and give a speech as well, because I've got some incredible stories to tell about Dr. Gilliland. And it's rare that I get to use the words Dr. Gilliland. They don't get caught in my throat this afternoon, but yeah, it's a wonderful honor to be here with both Sharon and Alan again after so many years with such a deep connection to MacEwan. I also have many fond memories of MacEwan. The fondest being is that this is where I met my wife, at a bake sale at the Millwood campus. She was in the correctional justice program. We were fortunate in the law enforcement program at that time at the Millwoods campus because it was self-contained, a self-contained campus where 75% of the student body were women. And so I would call it a target-rich environment. So both Kathy, but I want to speak a little bit about Kathy, my wife. She graduated from the criminal justice program in 1983. So if you recall, I graduated in 1984, so she is also older than I am. She went on to further education at the University of Alberta and spent a majority of her career as a social worker. Many of you have graduated from the social work program as well, and I think that you're in for quite a career. And she spent her career working with those struggling with both mental illness and addiction. And having monitored her professional career quite closely for the past 34 years, I know how challenging a role that is. Her patience, her dedication to her clients' well-being, the difference that she is making in people's lives. It is arguable that she should be standing here and not I. So you're all about to graduate from programs that are primarily focused on helping others, being in the service of others. It is very true that in our society we do not recognize those who serve others enough. And it is an honor to be here with you today and watch you launch yourselves onto a career trajectory that can take you in a direction that you cannot imagine at this point in time. You will be helping others, and in many instances, those people cannot help themselves. Whether you believe that to be true today or not, my own experience has been that there is no higher purpose in life than the pursuit of assisting others. My own journey from MacEwan to where I am today was not in a straight line. It was like all human experiences, a chaotic journey due to a great extent by the randomness of events and opportunities over the course of decades. I owe my degree in sociology to the economic bust of Alberta of the early 1980s, because when I graduated from the law enforcement diploma in 1984, there were no jobs for me to go to. So I went back to school and studied for another degree. But I also always wanted to be a police officer. And I wanted to be a police officer from the earliest time I can remember. There is absolutely nothing I would have rather done. And my parents are both highly educated people. Neither of them was that impressed with my career goal of becoming a police officer. But they instilled in me a great respect for education. But I resisted that with every fiber of my being. And as I'm sure that Sharon could get up here and tell stories, I wasn't the best student here at MacEwan. And so you should take to heart that you don't necessarily have to be the best student to achieve what you want to achieve for the rest of your life. But one's parents have an impact on us that's not always tangible or measurable. And it's resulted in my never ceasing to seek out opportunities to learn. I was fortunate to have the parents that I did. And each of you already know, whether directly or indirectly, the misfortunes of those that were not as blessed with loving parents. They will be your clients. Whether they're your clients in social work, your clients in police studies, your clients in youth care work, they will be your clients. When you come across them, remember that they have been impacted by events that may or may not have been in their control and from which they may never recover. Be patient, understanding, and caring. I did, however, always follow one thread that you can trace from my time at MacEwan to what I was doing even last week, and that is conducting investigations. My clients, however, are not as sympathetic. They are the most powerful, the most educated, and the most greedy people that our society has to offer. But because they are the most educated and they are the most powerful, in order to conduct the type of work that I do, I also must be the most educated in order to be able to assess and investigate their doings. Now, I did not envision the complexities of transnational corruption investigations, which is what I've spent much of my time doing over the last 20 years, when I was here at MacEwan, or even during my brief time as a police officer. More education and designations would follow, but the beginnings of my professional journey started right here at MacEwan, with courses such as investigative theory, interviewing, and evidence handling. What I've learned over a lifetime of education and work is that if you want to be the very best, then you are in for a lifetime of learning, both formally and informally. And you cannot do that for monetary gain. You have to do it for your own sake, because you want to and not because you feel that you have to. You each have the opportunity to become leaders in your own way and over time, but the choice is yours. My very strong recommendation for the importance of education is not just because of this occasion. It's changed. The events and technology of our society are changing the manner in which all of us will continue to do our work going forward. So I want to spend just a few minutes talking about one aspect. and that is the impact of social media. You say, what are we talking about social media all of a sudden? This guy's pretty old to be talking about social media. But it does. It has, in the last 5 years, there is an investigation that I conduct now that doesn't have an element of a social media aspect to it. And with, like any technology, social media has the ability to both create and destroy. And I have come known both through the outcomes of investigations I've led over the past 5 years. It's also revolutionized how elections are won and lost, how products are sold, how parents raise their children, how we identify mental illness, as just a few examples. It's going to define the way in which you conduct your work. It's going to define the way in which all of us conduct our work. But those jobs that I use, or the people that I hire to assist me in my investigations, didn't exist 5 years ago. Those are jobs and opportunities that exist now because of social media. Social media can be used in so many positive ways to inform, share knowledge, and stay connected. But I also know that it brings the risk of sharing too much with a degree of permanence, and more organizations are using it as part of their recruitment process. I use it as part of my recruitment process. There isn't an individual that we hire that we don't do a social media profile on. And most of your employers will likely be doing the same going forward. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you can identify positive aspects to an individual as well as the negative. But you should know or understand exactly how you're using social media personally. But I also believe that social media, or education is, social media is being used negatively as well to a great extent. And it's been mentioned as already by President Atkinson. It can have a profound negative impact, and it has a capability of influencing the way people think. But its greatest defense is one that you've achieved by just sitting here today, and that's the education that you've gotten here at MacEwan. Attending MacEwan and using it as a springboard for further learning means that everyone here is more thoughtful, critical, and independent in the way you think. We are all more difficult now to influence, and more likely to listen to a wider variety of sources. Now, I'm not saying for a second you shouldn't be using social media, just the opposite. It is a powerful weapon in the way you will conduct your work going forward. But it's better to understand how to use it and how others are using it to affect your thinking. I also have to take a moment to plug traditional journalism. The importance of information that is edited and fact-checked has never been greater than it is today. And we only have to look south of the border to understand that. Support it, however you are able. I can't tell you that you will be doing what you think you'll be doing in 5 years. My experience has been that what I thought I would be doing 5 years ago is completely different than what I'm doing today. The opportunities will present themselves, and it's up to you to identify them and move forward with the ones that you think are going to interest you the most. This is a tremendous time in your lives and a tremendous opportunity for each of you to move forward in the direction that you see fit, that is best for you. It's a blank slate. I hope that you'll all take advantage of it and never stop learning. It will be continued to your continued success, no matter what path or paths you take after leaving here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dent, for your humorous, touching, and personal convocation message, encouraging us in the pursuit of lifelong learning, especially in this era of social media. I would like to now invite Dr. Corlett, along with Academic Governance Council Vice Chair Dr. Lynn Honey, to their respective podiums for the presentation of graduands and the conferring of credentials.
Graduands, if you are able, please rise. On behalf of the faculties and schools of MacEwan University, I present these graduates and those who are named in the Convocation program but not able to be with us today. I ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates they have earned.
And I will now ask you to join in the MacEwan University Graduate Pledge. The pledge is not an oath, but an expression of purpose to which you will respond, I will. Will you pledge yourself to use the knowledge, experience, and skills that you have gained at MacEwan University to serve your community and the world faithfully?
I will.
Yay. So by virtue of the authority vested in me by the province of Alberta, and upon the recommendation of the MacEwan University's Academic Governance Council, I admit you to the degree, applied degree, diploma, or certificate to which you are entitled, and I invest in you all the rights and privileges, powers, and responsibilities pertaining to that credential. Now, I bestow upon you this credential as a solemn trust, to transform, engage, and improve the world from this day forth, to teach and learn from others, so that through your learning, we all may flourish. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Corlett and Dr. Honey. Our marshals will now usher our graduates to the stage. We will now commence with the individual presentation of our graduates. We would like to remind you that if you wish to take photos of your graduate, please come to the area to the right of the stage as we approach your graduate's name in the program. An usher will assist you to ensure the smooth flow of people in and out of this area. With the exception of those taking photos, we ask that you remain seated during the presentation out of respect for all graduates and their families. Offering congratulations to each graduate, our board chair, Challborn, Dr. Honey, Dr. Corlett, and the faculty's dean. Dr. Atkinson will present each graduate with their credential on stage, and he will be assisted by Associate Registrars, Mr. Tony Norrad and Ms. Frances Billingsley. Off stage, to your right, is Jose Benito Tavallo, alumnus of MacEwan University. Mr. Tavallo will present each graduate with a gift on behalf of the MacEwan University alumni. I would ask graduates to return to their seats after receiving their credentials. And now, I call upon Dr. Fred McGinn, Dean of the Faculty of Health and Community Studies, to present graduates.
Good afternoon. I now present to you the following candidates for certificate, diplomas, and degrees in the Faculty of Health and Community Studies.
And now, presenting graduates receiving the Bachelor of Child and Youth Care. Brooklyn Riel Alcott. Esma Rafat Amuna with distinction. Cassie Jade Anthony. Jalissa Gail Arancibia. Maya Sahara Bautista. Gabriel Aragones Benzon.
Paulina Heidi Campos. Alexa Ray Canton. Tracy Chan. Jackvinder Singh Diol. Jessica Marianne Dodge. Shailene Marie Fortier with distinction. Nicole Yvette Gardner. Sarah Caroline Gulliver. Charla Marie Heggleton.
Siman Abdi Ismail with distinction. Chantal Leal Jamaz. Demi Colleen McKinnon. Autumn Pearl Michelle. Brittany Marie Neston. Jennifer Leanne Noppert. Delissa Alicia Harday. Taylor Ray Hall. Marlo Florence Payne.
Bailey Dawn Redden. Kelly Ann Marie Reed. Shannon Ellen Rose. Cole Thomas Smith. Lori Ann Smith. Gabrielle Virginia St. Pierre. Miriam Yusuf. And lastly, Alicia Dana Zamarudin. And now presenting graduates receiving the Bachelor of Applied Human Service Administration. Sarah Louise Baskerville with distinction. Shauna Elise Kalniuk.
Catherine Gabrielle Kelly. Rebecca Marie Kirilak. Yasimo Nalo. Pamela Laureen Ashmore Scott with distinction. Kayla Rochelle Thielman. Daryl Edwin Ward, lastly. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Child and Youth Care Diploma. Miriam Arid. Maria Haivi Pino Asignar. Caitlin Ocean Brower.
Jennifer Rose Clark. Andrea Rochelle Diddock. Benjamin Beau Dumont. Emily Hannah Dick with distinction. Jade Crystal Felkowski. Katerina Katie Yanovichev. Diana Alicia Garzas Rodas. Talita Geldenhuys with distinction.
Candace Beatrice Gregory. Midhat Khalil. Warren James Clausen with distinction. Kelly Ann Elizabeth Kravitz with distinction. Kyla Ray Langley. Louise Marie McDonald. Dominique Nicole Mendiola with distinction. Cassie Lee Murgy. Morgan Lynn Northey with distinction. Nicole Tina Pollock.
Robin Tamara Potskin. Brandy Dawn Robinson with distinction. Marco Venizio Salinas Sanchez. Amy Nicole Style. Amber Alicia Stephen. Estrella Strembeski. And lastly, Amanda Marie Wallace. And now presenting graduates receiving the Correctional Services Diploma. Jasmine Eileen Anderson.
Destiny Sage Bird. Kelsey Erin Broval. Ieris Telahun Darge. Christina Marie Dunbar. Cora Lee Brigitta Gerritsen. Cynthia Dawn Hecht. Haley Victoria Nittle. Alicia Dawn Lamoureux. Patience Onang Mbua. Alicia Nicole Ullman. Brianne Poshtar.
Adradine Mabel Sawan. Christina Leona Strawberry. Manvir Kaur Sal, with distinction. Siddharth Swami. John Ernest Jostheim, with distinction. Jessie Rose Tuff. Angèle Chantel Turcotte.
Alyssa Elaine Vrooman Lastly. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Disability Studies Leadership and Community Diploma. Priyanka. Mandeep Chima. Dipinder Kaur. Unit Kaur. Sharon Juria Moses Lastly. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Early Learning and Childcare Diploma. Sydney Anna Irene Amos. Stephanie Sing Ki Ang. Tiana Jane Arndt. Michelle Marie Bessette.
Rupinder Kaur Bhatti. Megan Michelle Bott. Zandali Clutie. Carle Delos Santos. Kirsten Elizabeth Doyle. Chelsea Altherton Dyer. Weishan Guo. Jennifer Lorraine Haberstock.
Yuzhe Hu. Catherine Grace Hufano. Cara Liane Jobin. Casey Ann Johnson Dunlop. Kaifeng Liu. Tasia Tracy McIntosh. Salima Jenna Mirani. Laura Ann Murphy. Olivia Dawn Murray. Alina Fatima Nazhat. Christina Taylor Nishimura. Roden Arocha Sabahon.
Gurtaj Singh Sidhu. Shadia Shaylin Sirdar, with distinction. Yejin Song. Marianne Peralta Taruk. Ashley Taylor. Michelle Maria Taylor with distinction. Samantha Marie Wallace. Ting Wang. Tamika Mary Whittle.
Juan Yi. Lois Lillian Zaff with distinction. Ashley Marie Zimmerman, last. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Emergency Communications and Response Certificate. Nicole Christina Wendy Fisher. Kelsey Trista Gould. Anne Nuyet Lam. Apollo Mahler. Kaylee Meyer.
Lucas Rath. Tessa Dean Staples. Pauline Marie Strauss with distinction. Tristan Jade Theroux. And lastly, Ashlyn Rochelle Wickham. And now presenting graduates receiving the Police and Investigations Diploma. Chrysler Adams. Evan Michael Baptista. Marie Bolianitz. Adrian Bromwen Bruff.
Graham Patrick Buist. Megan Cecilia Butt. River Kathleen Caldwell. Laura Rebecca Cassis. Yuli Choi. Derek Allen Coupa. Sam Mark Crocker. Taryn Amanda Krauser. Christopher James Daw. Cassidy Frederick Dillon.
Robin Dode. Danielle Ray Dornbush. Cassidy Darby Drover. Jeffrey Daniel Dunlop. Rob Albert Iniero. Mitzi Kesagan Fulo. Connor Ryan Gilchrist. Gina Lindsay Gobin.
Nicholas Ace Hansen with distinction. Jiajun Huang. David Thomas Kostelik. Carolyn Elizabeth Carrillo. Jeremy Adam Kuhn. Christopher Ryan Labert. Daniel William Laskavenko. Stephen Anbang Lee with distinction. Haley Caitlin Martins with distinction. Erin Michelle Masdell. Ashley Lorene Neufeld. Arson Mark Neufeld. Amy Lynn Nicholas.
Shanika Kumari Patel with distinction. Daniel Roger Rickard. Jacob Cale Robinson. Bryden Scott Serafini with distinction. Jaskaran Singh Raghbir Singh Sidhu. Raquel Songko. Jean David Tolentino. Leanne Sang with distinction. Carrie-Anne Melanie Vayette.
Sean Carl Wright. Lastly, and now presenting graduates receiving the Social Work Diploma. Jeslaine Ann Aguado. Jamie Jennifer Anderson. Emily Jillian Barber. Samantha Rose Billick. Gurleen Kaur Bolina. Suzanne Elise Bradshaw. Rochelle Dawn Carrier. Crystal Pamela Compton. Abigail Ann Dalton.
Jonna Desiree Decker. Jade Alix Dubois. Amanda Maria Ercego. Rianne Marie Fazer. Cheris Tamra Fossen with distinction. Vipul Gautam. Mira Joy Gauthier. Cassidy Lillian Green with distinction.
Kaylee Sarah Gregg. Marina Stefanos Habashi. Aznim Taranum Hassan. Michaela Margaret Johnson. Justin Joseph. Kirsten Ann Coop. Asong Abet Leke. Alexandra Ashley Lowe. Antoinette Sherry Main.
Mahersha Massey. Sandra Mabel Matthews. Stephanie Elizabeth McPhail with distinction. Aurélie Delphine Minka Indem. Dalen Shelby Naylor. Adibukola Sharikat Olofintili. Natasha Paquette. Margie Gonzalez Reyes.
Delaney Jolynn Schwartz. Vida Sibaruth. Eob Mesfin Sium. Bridget Shan. Afroja Jahan Stargate. Jesse Saint-Denis. Lindsay Alexis Straighton. Julia Tran with distinction. Melissa Ann Heather Turksani. Bethel Wakjira Lastly.
And now presenting graduates receiving the Special Needs Educational Assistance Certificate. Priyanka. Sirisha Anam. Alan Howard Barber. Jessica Lindsay Carroll. C. Man Amy Chan with distinction. Mandeep Chima.
Alexander C. Kuhn. Shayna Violet Wynn Dayton. Sierra Elizabeth Falkenberg with distinction. Chastity M. Gully. Marianne Hill with distinction. Carissa Teresa Hollowaychuk. Megan Marie Jackson. Katana Irene Jestin.
Nazat Kassab. Dipinder Kaur. Puneet Kaur. Cassandra Ann Keene. Summer Victoria Keene. Taylor Jordan Kirsch. Helen Faye Marson with distinction. Sharon Zarea Moses. Hang T. Nguyen. Justine Paulette Bustillo Padilla.
Kai Lynn Selmser. Jacqueline Noel Shaw. Jessica Rose Simpson. Aika Anik Stensland. Madi Vasilevsky. Jian Guo Wei with distinction. Lastly, and now, presenting graduates receiving the Therapist Assistant Diploma. Natasha Lauren Arbuckle with distinction. Shayla Vicky Armstrong with distinction. Tiana Aubin.
Laura Michelle Belland. Whitney Ann Boris. Brooke Alexis Cameron. Emily Sandra Corneliuson. Madison Lynn Denny, with distinction. Jessica Noel Doré. Laurel Ann Iwanchuk, with distinction. Janelle Gloriana Fauché. Cassidy Gretzinger. Flora Deborah Gray Eyes, with distinction.
Eva Frances Hamilton, with distinction. Victoria Yue Wang. Karen Y. Man Cam, with distinction. Dawn Ruth Kemtra. Haley Ann Laughlin. Megan Catherine Law, with distinction. Danica Evelyn Letwiniak, with distinction. Jessica Maria Lomas, with distinction. Samantha Helen Lucas, with distinction. Marley Ann Masterson.
Megan Moore. Taylor Neufeld. Carlina Beverly Olson. Jennifer Sidney Parson. Kennedy Albertina Patmore. Charisse Perriman, with distinction. Cheyenne Dakota Saucier. Danielle Tylene Sawatsky, with distinction. Sydney Marie Spooner, with distinction. Kelly Tang.
Wendy Johanna Velasquez. Peter Christian Ward. Sarah Nadine Wojtio. And lastly, Janice Wong with distinction.
Sorry. Just spilled water all over the diploma. I present to you those graduates from the Faculty of Health and Community Studies unable to present whose names are listed in the program. Seriously, I did that.
Thank you, Dr. McGinn. This concludes the presentation of our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me acknowledging our graduating class of 2017! The presentation of student awards will begin with the Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence for the Faculty of Health and Community Studies. I invite Dr. McGinn to join me to present this award.
Thank you. Within each faculty and school at MacEwan University, we recognize the students whose academic efforts have propelled them to the top of their class. The Dean's Medals are the highest academic honor that may be granted by a faculty and recognizes the exemplary success of individual students within their area of study. 1 award may be granted in a certificate or diploma program and 1 award in a degree program. This year's Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence in a certificate or diploma program for the Faculty of Health and Community Studies is awarded to Haley Caitlin Martins, a graduate of the Police Investigation Studies Diploma. So if you're wondering why we're giving Haley a medal, here's why. Haley Martins is described as an outstanding student, earning a 4.0 GPA across both years in the Investigative Studies Police and Investigations program. Haley is described by her instructors as enthusiastic, passionate, and committed to a career with the RCMP. She has demonstrated outstanding achievement in both the theoretical and practical components of the program. Haley's strong leadership skills were evidenced throughout her involvement with the Student Program Advisory Committee and her role as Vice President of the Campus Social Club. Haley hopes to continue her studies in criminology and then pursue her passion for a career with the RCMP. We wish you all the best. Congratulations, Haley. This year's Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence in a Degree Program for the Faculty of Health and Community Studies is awarded to Shailene Marie Fortier, a graduate of the program of Bachelor of Child and Youth Care. Shailene, or Shay, transferred to MacEwan's Bachelor of Child and Youth Care program from Lethbridge in her second year and has demonstrated outstanding achievement throughout her time with MacEwan. She is a gifted student who is committed to helping children, youth, and families and exemplifies the value of a child and youth care worker. Shailene is passionate about the field, a quiet leader, yet a strong advocate for others. She supports her classmates and served on the Student Advisory Committee. She is part of a student group that conducted and wrote, published, and presented a course-based study at a scholarly conference. Shay's instructors describe her as an excellent student who is best known for her ready smile, positive can-do attitude, and her curious, engaged, and enthusiastic approach to learning and life in general. Please join me in congratulating Shay Fortier on this outstanding achievement.
Thank you, Dr. McGinn, and once again, congratulations to Haley and Shailene. We'll just allow our award winners to return to their seats here just for a moment. Dr. Corlett, can I ask you to come to podium 1 to present the Governor General's Bronze Medal?
Yes, you could. The Governor General's Collegiate Bronze Medal is awarded to the student who achieves the highest overall academic standing based on his or her graduation grade point average when completing a diploma-level program. This is a national-level award. There is only one per university that offers diploma programs. It is a very big deal. The recipient of the Governor General's Collegiate Bronze Medal from the Therapist Assistant Diploma Program is Charisse Pearman. Each year, we are amazed at the accomplishments of our graduating students. So many do so much so well, and you all make us proud. But I want to take this opportunity to highlight what Cherise achieved to be awarded this medal that makes her academic performance so special. Diploma programs are demanding, intense, and highly focused on the skills and abilities that challenge students in diverse ways. During her 4 semesters of full-time study, Cherise earned A+ grades in, is this correct? Every course that she took. She also performed at an exemplary and exceptional level in her all-important field placement semester. What an outstanding university career. Please join me in congratulating the 2017 Governor General's Bronze Medal winner, Cherise Perriman. Why is he still there? Here's why. The mission of MacEwan University is to provide an unparalleled undergraduate education. Our faculty dedicate themselves to their students in a way that is frankly all too rare in the modern post-secondary education system. Teaching excellence is everywhere to be found in our university. You can see it assembled behind me in the remarkable cohort of faculty who have joined their students here today. Yet even with all of that, each year, in an environment suffused with outstanding teaching, there are professors who, according to their students and faculty peers, rise above the high standard that we have set. Recipients of a Distinguished Teaching Award connect with, engage, inspire students in the learning process, create a positive learning environment, use innovative teaching methods, and model professional attitudes and values. Among this year's 4 winners of a Distinguished Teaching Award is Dr. Anna Barikoff, Professor of Child and Youth Care in the Faculty of Health and Community Studies. Anna is not able to be with us today. She may be watching online, so wave. Let's all wave to Anna. There we go. But please join me now in congratulating Anna on her outstanding contributions to social justice education, to student learning, and to making MacEwan University a truly special place for undergraduate study.
Thank you, Dr. Corlett. And congratulations again to Cherise and Dr. Barikoff. And now, I would like to invite Dr. Atkinson to the other podium to present the Distinguished Service Award.
At this convocation, we are awarding for the very first time the MacEwan University Distinguished Service Award, which recognizes members of our staff who have made exceptional and sustained efforts in contributing to their departments and to the university. There is one award annually to be presented at spring convocation, and I take great pleasure in recognizing Troy Donovan as the inaugural recipient of the MacEwan University Distinguished Service Award. Troy, you want to come forward? Troy is the application administrator for MacEwan's e-learning systems support team. And in this role, Tony is responsible for ensuring that Blackboard Learn and the associated systems are functioning as they should for faculty and students. As Blackboard has become such an integral part of teaching and learning at MacEwan, his role has become ever more important in the university and certainly a critical one in the lives of our students. Troy works closely with other learning system members to support Blackboard Learn operation, its integration with PeopleSoft, and support and training for faculty. Now, although Troy has exceptional technical abilities, this is not what makes him stand out. Rather, it is initiative to continually work to determine how he and his colleagues can improve service to faculty, staff, and students, and he is certainly well known on campus for his commitment to service and to assisting his colleagues. But Troy's contribution at MacEwan goes well beyond his work in the e-learning office. He has served as the president of the MacEwan University Toastmasters, as a member representative with the MacEwan Staff Association. But perhaps Troy's greatest claim to fame is as MacEwan's beekeeper. Now, hang on. In leading MacEwan's urban beekeeping project, which has served as a role model for others, Troy stands out as someone deeply committed to MacEwan's broader commitment to sustainability. And yes, he's very popular for the honey which MacEwan sells. As I said this morning, it contributes to balancing our budget. Troy represents the best of what we expect from a member of our staff. He is a model for others. He is a great colleague and a good friend. Please join me in recognizing Troy Donovan. There is certainly no better recipient of MacEwan's first Distinguished Service Award. And somebody upset some water.
Thank you, Dr. Atkinson, and again, congratulations, Mr. Donovan. I would like to now ask Jose Tovallo, alumni representative, to provide a welcome to you, the newest members of the MacEwan University alumni family.
Thank you. Good afternoon once again, friends, families, guests, distinguished stage party, faculty, and especially graduates. After years of hard work, tears, and a lot of stress, sometimes due to procrastination, we are gathered to celebrate this very special day, your convocation. There are no more midterms, no more finals, and no more papers. Take a look at your credentials that you are holding right now. It is a proof that you survived and you did it. I am honored to be among the first to congratulate you and welcome you to the MacEwan alumni family. You are now one of more than 58,000 alumni who continue to make a difference here in Edmonton, in Alberta, and around the world. As you start this new chapter in your lives, and as you strive to make an impact in your community, set smart, realistic goals and work very hard to reach them. The road to success is not easy. It will be scary, and you might fall. But always remember the griffin that you are, the lessons that you learn at MacEwan, and always carry them with you. Continue learning as knowledge is fast evolving. It will not only help you reach your goals, but will also enable you to provide your clients with the best healthcare and social and community service possible. As someone who's also into healthcare and community service, working as a registered nurse at the Royal Alex Hospital Emergency Unit, I am frequently asked by my patients or my clients and their families where I went to school. And I'm proud to tell them MacEwan University. And I'm always greeted with a smile of trust and a smile of peace of mind. I wish you all the best as you find potential in yourselves and in those around you. Don't forget the friendships that you made and the family that you found here as you navigate these next exciting stages. Congratulations once again. Celebrate. Take a lot of selfies. And make sure you snap and boomerang every single moment of this day. Because hey, you just graduated and this is crazy. Be sure to come back and visit MacEwan and call us maybe. Congratulations once again, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tavarlo. This brings us to the closing moments of our ceremony, after which alumni and their families are invited to join us for a celebration in the foyer. At this time, I would like to invite all graduates to express their appreciation to the people who have supported them throughout their educational journey. Would the faculty members please rise? Faculty members rise, and graduates, a round of applause for the faculty. Would the family and friends of our graduates rise? Family and friends, please rise. Please rise. Graduates, a round of applause for family and friends. And in turn, I would like to invite our audience, faculty, and staff to again join me in congratulating you, graduates of 2017! President Atkinson, I invite you to close Convocation.
This brings us to the end of the Convocation ceremony for this afternoon. And I want to thank everyone who has been with us. Particular thanks to family and friends who have taken the time to help celebrate your Graduates' Day. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were thrilled with their achievements, and I hope you will remember it as a very, very special day. To our graduates, a lot of energy in the room, a lot of love and pride, something to bank for the future. But we certainly here at MacEwan genuinely believe and hope that all good things will happen for you in the future. We're very, very proud of your achievements. There are many people that we have to thank for Convocation. A lot of people who volunteer, who give of their time to make this day what it is. And I would like to extend on behalf of everyone here our appreciation for their efforts and for simply being here today. As I said this morning at this morning's convocation, we also need to extend thanks to a group that really does make our convocation special, the like of which, in fact, in my experience, exists at really no other university. And of course, I talk about our big band back here from a very, very extraordinary music department. How about a hand for these folks? Many thanks for our faculty for being here, and of course, many thanks for our distinguished alumni. We really do appreciate you coming and joining us back here in Edmonton. It ain't Toronto, but it is Edmonton. I now ask that everyone please stand, and if you could remain standing during the playing of our legacy recessional composed by Sean Bessie, a student here, and kindly wait until the graduates have left the performance chamber before you exit. This is an entirely selfish request on my part. It gives me time to get to the cookie table first. So, Mace Bearer, University Registrar, will you please lead the recessional? I do declare this convocation dismissed.